Good morning, Mrs. Pratt and Mrs. Smith's science class. I want to talk to you about the Solar System 3D model project. So basically, you have two options. You have one where you can create a scale model of the solar system out of household items, or you can do it online with Tinkercad, and I'm going to show you how to do both of those options. Okay, so you just pick one. Um, for both projects, you need to have a title, um, which I will show you in the video. For the online version, you need to put in the solar system somewhere on that workspace using text. Um, and then each planet needs to be labeled and the sun needs to be labeled. Okay, and then in a Google Doc, you need to type up 9 to 10 fun facts. So if you have 8 planets plus the sun, that's 9 fun facts. If you have 8 planets, the sun, and Pluto, that is 10 fun facts. Okay, and that needs to be typed up in a Google Doc again and submitted through the assignment in the Science Google Classroom. All right, so let's go on to the examples. All right, so for your option of making a to-scale 3D model of the solar system using household items, here is an example. So for every project, no matter which option you choose, you need to have a title. So for here, I just created it on paper. I wrote it out. You could do put it on the computer and print it out, whichever, it doesn't matter, as long as there's a title there. All right, and then I found different size balls, as you can kind of see. I'm just going to kind of quickly show you to represent my planets and the sun. So I did the sun with a yoga ball. Every planet needs to be labeled. So I had this one labeled the sun. Here's Mercury and Venus, Earth, and then Mars. And then we go up to Jupiter. Here's Saturn. I found a gardening hat and used that to show its rings. Here's Uranus. Don't forget, Uranus actually has 13 rings, so you want to make sure that you represent that in your model. I use ribbon just to kind of show the rings because they are kind of hard to see unless you're actually really close to the planet. Here's Neptune and Pluto. You don't have to include Pluto, but it would be like extra points. What I did was to get it to scale. So to scale means is to try and find objects that could represent the size of the actual object. Was I Googled solar system to scale, and it gave me a picture of the different planets and their sizes compared to each other and the sun. And so I kind of modeled it after that. So, and that's basically it. So yes, you want to use just household items that you have around the house. It could be Play-Doh. It could be crumpled up paper. It could be balloons. I mean, think about what the kind of things that you have that are round or that you can make round to represent planets, okay? Please don't go to the store and go out and buy those styrofoam balls. Like, just, find stuff around your house. It doesn't necessarily have to match up to color, because we're doing this at home. If we were at school, that would be one thing. And you don't necessarily need to show the moons, like of Earth and the other planets that do have moons. If you do, that's awesome, and that would be like extra points. Okay, so kind of like if I step back, you can see the whole thing. Like that's kind of what it looks like. Okay, and all you can do is to do your scale model like this, and then you could take a picture like from far away. Like I did the floor. You don't have to do anything fancy with the floor, or if you want to use black poster board or whatever, that's fine. But like I said, I just used my carpet, or my rug. And that's it. And you can take a picture of it and send it to me into the assignment in the Science Google Classroom. Okay, you can also take a video of it. Again, the requirements, as I said earlier, is it's going to have a title, labels, And then you also have to include a fun fact for each planet. So that's 8 or 9 if you included Pluto, fun facts that you need to add. So you could definitely do a video and, give me a fun fact about the sun, so that's 10 actually, between 9 to 10 fun facts. So one about the sun, Mercury, Venus, and so forth. So, but you need to have a fun fact for each one. So if you wanted to go take a video and walk through the planets, you could do that, or you can just type it up and submit it with your picture. All right. And now I'm going to show you how to do it on the computer if you choose to do that way. All right. So your second option for the solar system 3D model is to do it online. And so you can do it in Tinkercad. This is the easiest way for you to do a 3D model. So what you're going to do is you're going to sign into Tinkercad. If you don't have your login information anymore, because we use this program for 3D ornaments, please let me know. I can get that for you. So once you are logged into Tinkercad, you want to create a new design. Okay, and then you're going to open up your design. You want to make sure that you put in your name, right? So in my name, my first and last name, your teacher's name. So if you're Mrs. Smith, put Smith, and then solar system 3D model. Okay, so that needs to be in there so that way I know that that's what the assignment is when I look at them. Okay, now since we're doing planets, they have to be round, so you're going to use the sphere shape to create your planet. So I've done the first one already for you as an example. So I'm doing the sun here, and so I had made it the shape, and I sized it to what I think about roughly the size of the sun, and then I put a label. I'm using a picture like this to help me with my scale. So here's my sun, and here's the rest of the planet, so I can kind of get the size down. Okay, so here's my sun. To make changes to the size, you can, just kind of play with it a little bit. With the text, same thing. It needs to be labeled, so figure out how to put your labels in for that. Okay. You want to make sure that your planets still kind of stay round. Okay. All right. So now I have my sun, and I'm going to start moving my planets accordingly. So here's Mercury. I can pretty much keep it that shape. I might make it just a little bit smaller. Okay. And then you want to change your colors. So as you're clicked on the shape, you can pick the colors that you want to make it, right? And then you're going to add your text. Okay, so here's your text. Okay, and you want to drag it over, and then you're going to want to label. Okay, so you don't have to put it on the planet because some of these are kind of small. You can just put it right next to it. Okay, so I'm going to change this to Mercury. Okay. What is it changing? There we go. So here's my text. I'm going to size it down so it's kind of right there. There we go. Okay, so all right, and you're going to continue to make your shapes, your planets accordingly, and they have to be in order and labeled. You still also need to make sure you have a fun fact about each of the planets, including the sun, which remember is a star. So you'll have anywhere between 9 to 10 fun facts. So it depends on if you're doing Pluto or not. Okay. And so that's it. That's how you do it, a 3D model of the solar system in Tinkercad. Okay. So I'm only going to show you just the examples. I think you guys get the picture. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know.